Hi, everyone. As many will know, I used to tell people that there is no time. Time has no ontological reality. It's just not there. What we have is movement. Things are moving now. We have a concept about the possible future according to that kind of movement. We have ideas about the past that is no longer there. But the past is informative if we keep memories, if we have registrations of it. Now, the thing is that when we talk about the future, anyway, we're trying to understand what will happen if the kind of movement we are going through in what we call the present unfolds in specific ways. So, what lies ahead? We could be optimistic or pessimistic about the results of the ongoing movement. And anyway, there are possibly different ideas, different ways we might think about the future. And I like to think in three different ways. First, there is sort of the science fiction future, the kind of future that sometimes we project, we fear. So it's mostly also sometimes we desire, we don't fear the future, of course. But the idea is that from what we have now, we make projections about what will happen in the future. So, in that sense, we talk about a projected future. Like in analytical geometry or in descriptive geometry, when we talk about the projection of a solid through space, we have then this idea that what is going on now might have certain results in the far or close future. We have projections, therefore. It's very interesting already. Lots of the time when we talk about a possible future, this is what we mean. It's a projection from the ongoing state of things. There is another idea. The future can be created according to our desires, according to what we wish, what we want, what we think is good for ourselves, for the collective, and so on. Then we have a kind of future that we create. We imagine and we try to devise ways to get to what we imagine. It's a bit different. It's no longer just a consequence of the present day state of affairs. It's like a production, conscious, purposeful production we get, or we might get. So then we think about how we would like to shape the future. Again, we are dealing with the ongoing movement of things in the present time, but this time we indeed have a say. We want to direct events in some way. We want to be creative about this. And then there is a third way we might think about the future. This might be a sort of transcendental future planned in the minds of the gods, in a way. So we might have underlying intents. We might have purposeful movements of energy underlying our reality and sort of directing it according to a purpose that is no longer a consequence of events. It's no longer a human planned thing. It's not a human creation. It's just the flowing a sort of a cosmic river that we can have no say about. Then indeed we might eventually consider that one portion of what we think is the future is not at our reach. It's unfolding according to hidden forces within nature. And those forces might be purposeful. They might move according to some cosmic intelligence or a group of cosmic intelligences. I do like also to think about the future in this way. Actually, I think the future we might get is actually a crossing of the several possibilities, is the result of what we have now, what is unfolding at our human level. It's something we try to direct consciously, purposefully, according to what we know, what we might do. And it's also possibly a consequence of hidden cosmic forces directing events out of our human reach. They might be harmonious, or they might be, in some way, contradicting themselves. So when we think about the future, it might be also important to understand that if there is indeed like a cosmic future devised by transcendental minds, probably with love for the whole thing we call the creation, going against it might be a very bad idea. What we call sometimes Satanists, what we call sometimes resistance against the unfolding of consciousness might be a very bad idea, with severe consequences of the destructive kind. I suspect that we have some of that also happening nowadays. And perhaps the best way is trying to get in sync with the transcendental purpose of things, while we have our maneuver as human beings to devise our ways to be with that and to move along through our existence as humans. That's the idea. As usual, if you like this, say something, comment, subscribe. See you.